because I was always late. We're actually waiting for our C2 class and C3. Oh, they must be really preparing their piece for the performance. It's late, that's pretty good. I want to welcome you all for being here and joining us at our last day of school. I gotta say, I'm looking forward to a little of a break. I hope you do too. And that's one of the days that's, we celebrate what we have achieved over the year, and then we want to spend some time together, have some fantastic food, some music, some ruffle, just chatting with each other, and that's today. And actually, I wanted to use the time today, or I wanted to start with a couple of facts. I'm not sure everybody of you knows that, but actually in 1963, that's 52 years ago, is when this school was founded. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm really proud to say that I wasn't even born then. But I'm sure the immigrant couple, Alfred and Anna Maria Kaufmann, who came here and started basically in their living room to teach 8 children of their own and some friends. They would be pretty proud if they would look around today and see that we are still here, and we are definitely more than just 8 students. Yeah. So I'm sure they would like that. As you know, we are a non-profit organization. I wanted to give you a little financial information, just to let you know what we have accomplished this year. We had about $35,000 in tuitions. That's pretty much the main income that we have, but it also is the main funding that we need to use to pay for rent and for our teachers. And pretty much with that, the money is gone. We pay about $10,000 for 1 school year in rent, and we pay approximately $25,000 for salaries, but also for social, what is it? How do you call it? Social security, I forgot. In German we say Rente. Social security. We don't really pay taxes, but we do have, the normal unemployment insurance and those things we have to pay as everybody else. And now with that money already gone and spent on rent and teachers, you probably ask, how do we survive? Well, we do because of you. That's why when you bring in food, when it's your snack day, that helps the school, because we don't spend any money that comes in because you help us out. We have a lot of volunteers that spend time and money and efforts to keep the school running. So for example, the board, it's all volunteer based. Our board members are not paid, not 1 single cent on the time and the efforts they spend. But we also get funding from the German government, and I'm going to talk about that a little later. In order to get that funding, we have to work really hard because we have to show and prove to the German government that we do basically teach the language outside of Germany, and the proof comes through exams that are being taken by our students. And based on the results of the exams, that's basically what determines the funding that we're going to get. So, for example, last school year, we got about $9,000 in funding from the German government. And our goal is eventually that we break even without that funding. We are not right there yet, but we are moving in the right direction. We have other sources of income. The Amazon purchases that you are doing by going onto our website and clicking the Amazon button. I'm going to talk about that later as well. And then of course our fundraisers, like the event today, the movie event we had, and all the others. And lastly, we have some folks here that registered us with their employers, because there are some employers, for example, where you can register a non-profit organization And when you donate, the employer matches the donation. For example, Genentech does that. So in case you work for Genentech, please look us up. And if you donate something to us, then Genentech is donating and matching that amount. And that's how we survive. And we hope to survive for a long time. Let's look back in the last school year, the events that we had. What have we done? We started out with the Oktoberfest. That was pretty much after we started school. We have celebrated Halloween in school. And that's the fun part for our kids. They get to dress up twice because we celebrate Halloween and Fastnacht or Carnival that comes in February. We had the Martinsumzug, which is the traditional lantern walk to celebrate St. Martin. We had Niklaustag, that's December 6th, when children are really nice and they have polished their shoes, they get something in their shoes. We had our big Christmas celebration, which is traditionally a potluck, and Santa Claus came to visit. Do you remember that? Santa Claus was here? Yeah. And then we had Fastnacht, what I just mentioned, the carnival that we are celebrating in school. We had an Easter egg hunt. We had the Frozen movie event. Everybody enjoyed that.
Missed that.
And then we have today, our last day of school, and our traditional Maifest. And you know, when I'm reading all of that, we were pretty busy. Did you guys learn some German? Because it seemed like you celebrated a lot.
Can they get bigger?
One of the other achievements that we're really proud of and what we have achieved this year, and I think we got really efficient, really German about it, it's our library.
Yeah.
We had library books for a long time, and we never really had an efficient way how we can hand them out and we can get them back. And last summer we all got together and we went through the books. And then we said, oh, they have those really fancy barcodes. We should use them and get one of those fancy scanners. And actually, it's really working well for us. And I hope you guys enjoy the library, or enjoyed the library. And we will definitely continue that next year. We are planning, we get some additional funding from the German government for technical equipment, such as laptops and DVD players and CD players, but we also get funding for books. So we are planning on buying more children books and more adult books. And that leads me into our Antolin program. The Antolin program is the reading program that we started in spring 2014, and it was actually Monica who started it for us, who digged into it. Thank you for taking the time and for setting it up. To this school year, we were able to roll it out to our C2 class and C3 class. And what is Antolin? Antolin is really an online portal that's used in Germany for grades 1 to 10. And what it does is it tries to motivate kids to read. So the children read specific books that are listed in a database of 50,000 books in that online program. And once they have read the book, they go online, they log in with their username and password, and they answer questions in regards to the book. And if they answer the questions correctly, they earn points. And if they answer them not correctly, I think they lose points. And so we had it run for last year and for the first semester, and we realized the Antolin program itself has some sort of a reward in it, but because our kids come only to school Saturdays, they already have reading assignments from their traditional school. It's pretty hard trying to achieve anything there. So we said we're going to do it differently. We're going to challenge our students to read. Even if they just read one book, they're going to get a certificate and they answered the questions. Or if they're reaching a certain amount of points, we want to reward them for that. And I'm actually really proud to say that we have a couple of students that took it seriously and they read more than one book, and they did earn the reward that we promised them, which is a Target gift card. Roya, would you help me with the certificates and the awards that we want to award to the children? who achieved it. I would like to ask you to come up to the stage to get either your certificate and your reward. That would be Sian Lee.
We go with the order.
Sian Lee read one book, and we are very proud of you. Thank you very much. Next one is Hayden. We hope you didn't only read the book, but you enjoyed it too, Hayden. We have Riley, who read one book. We have Danilo, who read 5 books and earned 86 points.
Wonderful. Can you move a little bit so we have?
I'm gonna be almost falling off stage.
Okay.
We have Sambar, who read 4 books and earned 100 points.
Something else for you as well.
We have Samika, who read 5 books and earned 106 points. And let me tell you, Sambar and Samika, they just started this spring for the first time. They have no German background. Their mom has been with us for a while, but that's a pretty good achievement, guys. And then last but not least, with the most books and the most points, that's Eric, with 8 books and 123 points. And guys, we know how busy you are with school already, so it's a really great achievement that you found time just to read one book. It doesn't matter, but we believe that reading definitely helps with learning a language.
Patrick, can you please wait? May I please have C2 and C3 teachers up on the stage as well for the picture?
That's a great idea.
Once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think now it's time that our students show us a little bit what they have learned over the past year. And we're gonna have our C1A class start with the performances today. Do we have everybody? Oh. Okay. What?
I'm fine.
Also wir fangen an mit kommt ein Vogel geflogen, which is a we're going to start with kommt ein Vogel geflogen, which is a very typical German spring song. Also, kommt ein Vogel geflogen, alles, was ich habe. Darum liebe ich alles, was so grün ist, weil mein Schatz ein Jäger ist. Blau. Blau, blau, blau sind alle meine Kleider. Blau, blau, blau ist alles, was ich habe. Darum liebe ich alles, was so blau ist, weil mein Schatz ein Seemann ist. Weiß? Weiß. Weiß, weiß, weiß sind alle meine Kleider. Weiß, weiß, weiß ist alles, was ich habe. Darum liebe ich alles, was so weiß ist, weil mein Schatz ein Bäcker ist. Schwarz? Ja, lass mal Lukas da rein. Schwarz, schwarz, schwarz sind alle meine Kleider. Schwarz, schwarz, schwarz ist alles, was ich habe. Darum liebe ich alles, was so schwarz ist, weil mein Schatz ein Schornsteinfeger ist. Bunt?
Mal bunt.
Maybe I could have been born because of my dog.
Ja, das ist auch bunt, genau.
Musikhalle.
Okay.
auch.
Bunt, bunt, bunt sind alle meine Kleider. Bunt, bunt, bunt ist alles, was ich habe. Darum liebe ich alles, was so bunt ist, weil mein Schatz ein Maler ist. Dachte ich. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. Jetzt gehen wir wieder runter. Aufpassen mit dem Kabel. Danke.
So tiny though. So cute, the Bavarian fest, right? Bavarian fest, right?
Blåa fischer, gula fischer, lila fischer, pinka fischer, wonderful. Zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you share the microphone? Give it to children. 9, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, bravo. Wonderful.
Well, I think we have quite some German American idols here. The next class to perform would be Stefan's class, C2, and they're actually going to give us a presentation.
Yay. Still wearing the SNL pajama jacket. Project, school project. The class semester, school year 2000.
Okay, so
Spring semester.
we're gonna have a little low-tech presentation here. So, and as you can see, before I have to lie on the floor, so to do the slides. But before I'm gonna do that, I just want to briefly show you what we actually put together. So my class actually worked on a game board, and actually a board game. It's a function board game, and the presentation is about how to play the game, how it came about. So I'm going to hand over the mic to the kids in just a second. We will have this game available for playing at about 12:30 in the quad room. So everyone who wants to try it out, feel free to try it out. It's a lot of fun. We tried it last week. It was a lot of fun to play. So, if you wanted to stop by the table in the quad room at around 12:30, just check it out. That would be really great. Okay, now I'm handing it over. Hold on, Mike. Let me turn this light. And take it away.
In diesem Semester hat uns unser Lehrer weiter in einem besseren Projekt arbeiten lassen. Diesmal war das Thema Design and Bricks. Wie in den letzten beiden Semester alles wie ein Radiospiel aufgenommen haben und ein Weihnachtsbuch für die Klasse C1 gezeichnet und geschrieben haben wir das Projekt weiter damit begonnen, unser Ideen auf der Tafel zusammen. Dann haben wir abgestimmt, ob wir ein Würfelspiel oder ein Kartenspiel basteln wollen und welche Geschichte wir mit dem Spiel erzählen wollen. Einige von uns wollten ein Wissensspiel mit Quizkarten machen, andere wollten ein Kartenspiel ähnlich wie Pokémon entwerfen. Wieder andere wollten ein ganz normales Brettspiel gestalten, in dem man mit einer Spielfigur von Feld zu Feld zieht.
Am Ende haben wir uns dazu entschieden, all diese verschiedenen Ideen in einem Spiel zu vereinen. Unser Spiel ist also eine Kombination von Würfelspiel, Kartenspiel und Wissenquiz.
Es geht in dem Spiel darum, 5 Juwelen aus 5 verschiedenen Welten zu gewinnen, mit denen man am Spielende den Eingang zu einer Rolle öffnen kann, in der sich ein dieser versteckt hat, der mit dem 16 Juwel die Seite durcheinander bringen will. Nur wer am Ende schafft, dem diesen alle seine Lebensenergie zu erzählen, kann die Welt davon Juwelen in ein totales Zeitchaos zu verfallen.
Weil das Spiel so viele installiert hat, haben wir die Klasse in der Gruppen unterteilt. Jede Gruppe hatte eine bestimmte Aufgabe. Andere Cindy und Saya haben sich um das Layout des Spielwerks und die Spielhilfen gekümmert. Samwa und Hannah haben Fragen für die Quizsong ausschreiben. Herr Klaus, Hayden, Michael und Samika haben Fragen und Ausgaben und Misskarten empfohlen. Und Danilo, Logan und Guy haben die Fragen dazu.
Nachdem wir mehrere Wochen in unseren einzelnen Gruppen gearbeitet haben, hat uns unser Lehrer wieder als große Gruppe zusammengebracht, um die Spielregeln festzuhalten. Wir hatten eine große Diskussion und die Regeln wurden immer komplizierter. Am Ende haben wir uns dann doch geeinigt. Trotzdem ist die Spielleitung immer noch 6 Seiten lang.
Sie ist deshalb so lang, weil das Spiel viele Möglichkeiten für die Spieler bietet und kleine Aufgaben zu lösen, während sie auf dem Brett von Feld zu Feld ziehen. Die Spieler spielen dabei nicht miteinander, sondern gegeneinander und das Spiel bietet viele Gelegenheiten, um sich immer wieder zu überholen. Selbst der Spieler, der als erster die Riesenhöhle betritt, muss nicht der Gewinner des Spiels sein. Das Spieler und hässlich und wäre, aber es sowohl und auch wirklich und aufrichtig sein, denn wohl bei die Spieler wissen, die Body das wissen, und stark die Spieler und so auch der oder die Kopfstrecke ins Kopf. Das Spiel kann von bis zu vier Spielen gespielt werden. Wir haben insgesamt über 200 Karten entworfen. Die Spielungen kann ganz unterschiedlich sein, je nachdem, wie oft die Spieler in den Punktlauten feststecken, in denen sie die Seiten gewählen müssen. Nur die interessiert sind, sich das Spiel noch genauer anzusehen und ehrlich mal eine Teststunde zu spielen, können das später während unseres Maifestes tun. Wir würden das Spiel an einem Tischchen aufbauen und wir würden auch beim neuen Spielen helfen.
Thank you very much. So,
Thank you, guys. So the game will be later in the quadroom after you had your lunch and your bratwurst and sauerkraut and all the good stuff. Then find somebody and ask them, and I'm sure the guys from our C2 are happy to play it with you. Our next group is C3 with Caroline's class.
Poem of Matthias Claudius, ein Lied Regen.
Regen, komm herab, unsere Schatten stehen und trauern und die Blumen welken. Regen, komm herab, unsere Bäume stehen und trauern und das Laub verdorrt. Und das Vieh im Felde schmachtet und bis auf zum Himmel. Und der Wurm im Grase schmachtet und will sterben. Lasst doch nicht die Blumen welken, nicht das Laub verdorren. Oh, lasst doch den Wurm nicht sterben. Regen, komm herab! Rain.
Thank you very much. Our next and last performance, but not least and last performance, is our A1 advanced class. And I don't know whoever joined us during the Christmas celebration, they did that awesome rap. So we are looking forward. Yeah, at the time. But now you're more advanced because we have one class that started after you. So you're the advanced now.
All right. Sorry for the little delay. Yes, we are the adult one, the beginners, a little bit advanced, and we will perform a classic 80s pop song, a classic 80s German pop song, but because the text was not quite cool, we changed it a little bit. And who was here last Christmas celebration knows it comes something different. All right. Jeff, hit it.
Ready? Aha, aha, aha. Aha! 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 Aha!
Lehrer, was ist das?
Das ist ein Tisch.
Aha! Lehrer, was ist das?
Das ist ein Stuhl.
Aha! Lehrer, was ist das?
Das ist ein Schuh.
Aha!
This is what you got to know. We learn German starts to show. This is what you got to know. We learn German starts to show. Wir lernen Deutsch und das ist cool. 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 Da, da, da. 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 Deutsch lernen, das ist cool. 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 Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
Da, da, da.
Es ist zu spät.
Da, da, da.
Da, da, da. So, du denkst, es ist zu spät.
Aha!
Du meinst, wir sind so alt vor Deutsch.
Aha!
Und was meinst du jetzt?
Aha! After all is said and done,
Now it's time to have some fun.
now it's time. Let's have some fun.
Da, da, da.
Da, da, da.
Oh.
Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
Deutsch lernen, das ist cool.
Da, da, da.
Das ist cool.
Fantastic.
Say that
We
again.
knew you had another trick up your sleeve there.
Deutsch learning is cool.
Well, Deutsch lernen, das ist cool. Which actually leads me into something that I started a little earlier when I was talking about the funding that we are getting from the German government. We do get it when a certain amount of students pass exams, and we have 2 students this school year that passed the DSD2 exam, which is I'm going to give you the name in German and then in English, but it's a typical German word. It's super long. Deutsches Sprachdiplom der Kultusministerkonferenz means in English, German language certificate of the Education Ministers Conference. But what it does, it really proves and shows that those students that pass the exam are proficient in German. And for example, it enables them to study at a German university. Besides having good grades, of course, you need to show that you are proficient in German, and that exam helps you. And it's actually it's not easy. It's pretty hard to achieve it. It's 4 parts. The parts that you have to master is reading, listening, writing, and speaking. And 2 of our TAs actually earlier this year, they weren't TAs, and they studied and focused on the exam. And so I would like to have to come up here on stage. Tim is out today, he is sick, but maybe his mom can come for him. We have Tim and we have Angelina, who both passed with great results.
It's my pleasure to hand out the certificate. You did a great job. I can't say how proud I am. She did DSC1 and DSC2. Have fun in LA, right? You will be missed here, Angie.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have many students every day, and I have the mom of one of my wonderful students. I had the privilege to be the teacher of Monica's children, both Tim and Linda, and Tim did a great job not only during the SD2, he did a great job with A1, DSD1, and DSD2. Thank you.
And Tim is going to move on as well. I guess he had enough of us too.
And we
Actually, it's not that he had enough, but he is actually really sad that he can't come and he's really sick. And it's his last 5 days of school, and who knows, he might actually study in Switzerland. It's not sure yet. But this is certainly something that will help him, because this DSD2, and I think we've been advertising it over the years, it's real. It is something that really helps young people to go study abroad, and it's recognized not only in Germany but also in Austria and in Switzerland. Thank you to the school for making this possible. Thank you.
Goya actually left way too quickly the stage because, to tell you the truth, Tim and Angelina, while they did very great, they also had a great teacher to help them through this. And she spent many, many hours that she's not being paid for to teach them and to help them through the process. And Roya, we wanted to say thank you for all what you have been doing for, over the years, but specifically for those 2 students to get them where they ended up. So I got one for you too. I guess I have a helper now. But it leads me into the teachers and TA appreciation, because to tell you the truth, we really appreciate your hard work and your dedication you put in for your students, for the school. And we definitely know it's not that extraordinary high salary that we pay you, that you come back here every Saturday to teach. We know you come back here because you love the language and you want to promote the language, and we truly appreciate that. And so it would be great if I'm going to call them out as per their classes, and if you could come up here. Okay, we're going to start with Daniela and Dima. Daniela, the teacher of C1A, and Dima, the teacher assistant of C1A. Thank you. We have Carola, teacher in C1B, and Angelina, TA in C1B. No. Thank you. We have Stefan in C2, and we have Tim as TA in C2. Guess, Monica, you have to come up again. We have Carolyn in C3 and Paula as the TA in C3. Monica, Stefan, you need to swap bags, please. And then the teachers for the adult classes, I'm going to call them all together. That would be Yolanta in A1 Beginners, Patrick in A1 Advanced, Gabriele in A2, and Monica in A3. Lalita is a TA in A2, but she could not be here today. And last but not least, we have Roya, who is the head teacher, who's trying to control the bunch.
I want to be the first guest.
Thank you guys. Thanks for all your hard work. And learning German is cool. Da, da, da. That leads me into the board members. And it's very personal to me. It's a very personal thanks to the existing board members of the board that has done a fantastic job this year. And this school wouldn't exist without you. And with all your hard work and dedication and the hours spent, I told most of you before, our office hours usually start like at 9 o'clock at night. That's why you see the emails flying in at midnight. And that's when our regular jobs end. And then German school starts. And I'm going to call them up here, and I would appreciate if you could stay. We have Carola, a board member and event organizer. We have Stefan, who is also a board member and our Antolin and film event champion. We have Roya, our head teacher. Thank you. Okay. We have Samara, our vice president and webmaster. And please, I hope you have seen the updates on Facebook. If you haven't liked us on Facebook yet, please do so. And whenever we post something, please like that too, because that helps us to spread the word. We have Crystal, who can't be here today because she has a personal event going on. Her son Lucas is turning 4 today, so they have a big party on their own. Crystal is our treasurer, and she makes sure that we are doing well with our finances. And then we have Eileen, who is our secretary, and I have to tell you, she writes the best meeting minutes ever. Yeah. Well, actually, it is your special gift. I just wanted to announce that. Of course, she has seen it when I wrapped it. We have a special thank you for you, Eileen, because Eileen actually is going to be leaving us. Eileen, Manuel, Amy, and Marley decided to go back to Germany. And while that is very unfortunate for us, I'm sure it's fortunate for the Hönes that they go back. But we have a special extra present, which you already got. That's from your Vorstandskollegen, and hopefully it's going to be a little memory for you when hopefully you'll put it up on the wall somewhere and then be reminded of the good times. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
I don't want to keep you here for a very long time, but I would like to thank you, Karina, for everything you have been doing for us, board members, teachers, students, and we have a little something for you.
But it's also the perfect time to introduce Kat. If you want to come up, Kat actually is going to be our new board member. She's going to replace Eileen. And we welcome you very, very much. Thank you very much. And I have a few more words, and then I let you go, and we're going to start our party. But that we have actually one more thing. I think we are done here. Obviously for the scholarship. So there's one more thing that we have, and it's a really special thing. And actually, it's Caroline. She's not only the one that's bringing those delicious bratwürste that are already grilling out there. No, a couple of years ago, she introduced us to the idea of basically having a button on our web page that leads you to Amazon. And by going to our web page, www.gsfremont.org, and clicking that button, every time you purchase something on Amazon, we get a kickback. And just to let you know, for this fiscal year so far, we have received about $550 from your purchases. So as more you purchase, we appreciate it, as more money we're gonna get. And $550, that translates about to 2 tuitions. That's sort of how we think here. You know, how many tuitions does it take? How many students does it take to pay for something, or when we get some money in? what we have decided at the time when we introduced that program, that it will be used for scholarships only. And those scholarships are based on merit for people that have done very well or students that have done very well. But we also use some of the funding as a financial scholarship for folks that want to learn German and might not have the financial means at that particular time. And so I just wanted to let you know the scholarships for on financial basis are basically decided in the August board meeting. So if any one of you or if you have friends that might be interested but might not have the financial means at the moment, you can apply for it. It works exactly similar to the scholarships based on merit. They have a value of $100 off of the tuition of the next semester. And so we're really happy today to give out 2 scholarships based on merit, based on the performance and the improvement that we have seen of those two students. And I thought I lost my page, but I have it. It's the first student is Anna Walter from C1P. Anna is going to be moving on to our C2 class, and she will be with Stefan next year. Anna, you have done very, very well. And then the second student is actually Wen Kai Yang from our C2 class. Wen Kai. And he will be moving on to our C3 class to Frau Carolyn. Fantastic. And Wen Kai also comes from a family without any German background, so we are really, really proud of your. We're really, really proud of what you have achieved. Thank you very much. Okay, that's really it for today. I have a few more last famous words. Registration, we are open basically as of tomorrow. You can register for the new semester. You can register for the entire school year or just for a semester, up to you. If you register for the entire school year, we give you a little discount. If you do register before or by July 31st, we will be waiving the material fees that range from $10 to $20 based on the class that you are assigned in. So take advantage of it. It does help us with the planning if we know ahead of time how many students we have and in which groups. We have quite a few plans for the next school year. We want to move some of our students from C3 into a new class, C4. We also want to move and hoping to have a 4th adult class or a 4th level of adult classes for an A4 class. So, but everything is, of course, always based a little bit on the numbers of students that we have. While we are a non-profit, we still need to try to break even, okay? And a big thank you to everyone who has been helping or will be helping today with the Maifest. We cannot do an event without you guys. Thank you very much, and you know what? We started about 8 minutes late, and we are only 2 minutes over. Well, that was almost German. You guys enjoy. We're going to be back in the quadroom, where we also have our Christmas celebration, Oktoberfest, and everything is waiting for you there. Thank you.